Okay, had to come back for this one. I had so much fun over on Facebook. Decided to pop back over here and show you what true ambient light rejection technology is supposed to look like. These are 12 and 15 now. Well, we have the 12s right here, boom, boom. And then right there we have 15. Over here in the window, sitting in all that window light is the 15. Looking absolutely incredible. So I'm going to be showing you my projector settings on the inside to show you that we don't have the brightness all the way up. I'll even make recordings of my cell phone settings. This is just to show you exactly how far our technology goes. The rest of those jokers are just sitting in the dark, got the windows blocked out, worrying about any form of ambient light that may come in. It may wash out the screen. Our technology doesn't even go through that. Look at that. Not only do people have to worry about the ceiling light disrupting the screen, but our screen is painted into the ceiling. And on top of that, I'm showing you the blue technology blowing out the elite screen, the Paxel screen, another elite screen, producing brighter and better colors on technology that has the ability to be able to read and code color on a blue screen versus gray screens. So as I said before, if you have a gray screen out there, I wouldn't go side by side with this technology. This is what's going to happen to your technology. And keep in mind the projector I'm using. Oh, wait till you see the settings in my projector. This is going to be hilarious. So my projector right now is an $89 short throw that I picked up on eBay. $89 running my PS4. Let's check out the settings in my projector real quick. So right now we have my 235.1 at 138 inches. Over top, the screen's about close to about 160 inches. All the pretty colors popping through. And then over here, sitting in all this window light, smiling ear to ear, is the blue with ambient light rejection technology gain times 15. Look at that. Oh. Now you're curious, oh, your projector settings got to be through the roof, Ken. Let's check that out real quick. We're going to go over to my settings real quick because my menu pops off. Let's see where we sit at. We are at 22. 22. My brightness is at 22. 22. That's it. My projector sits in whisper mode. Now for Chrissy's, eco mode is whisper. That's what it is. Let's come over here to these high-end projection screens and see how they size up to coding technology. Oh, I forgot to watch this. Yeah, some screens have something called the narrow viewing cone where they can't pick up on an angle and they go completely black. Just to show you how we test our technology out, not against one screen paint mix versus another screen paint mix. We test our technology against high-end certified screens. Because I have customers that can afford $4,000 and $5,000 for a projection screen easily. But they want to ask me, hey Ken, what's the difference between your technology and me pulling the trigger on a $5,000 projection screen? I can come in and show you. Now, this is the projector we're using in the demonstration. It's not a P1, it's not $3,000, $4,000 projector, not even $1,500. This right here is my Epson 585W, $89. What's my settings? I'll show you. So this is my settings of my projector. Oh, this is going to hurt people. Brightness, -1. Contrast, 2. Sharpness, 4. Temperature, only 2. That's it. Let me show you something else too. Let's go to eco mode settings. So let's go swap down to eco mode. See what the eco mode is going on in the projector. Let's go down to the bottom, eco mode. My projector sits in eco mode. I'm going to see something right here. Eco mode. All my projectors sit in eco mode. You know why? Because the screens generate that much gain where they can pull an image outside with no problem. What would this place be? Seriously. Look at it. It's a screen painted on the ceiling. Look at that. And most people are worrying about if I turn the lights on, my screen's going to wash out. And there's a screen sitting on a ceiling. Edge to edge. When you see it, that's why I do the blue. You know why I do the blue? Blue fades out faster in ambient light. It does. edge to edge. That's how it's supposed to be. Now, I've had my screen 6 o'clock. We don't have any form of, if you see, what, look at my environment. Can you make out everything in my environment? Look around. You don't see any dark corners. You don't see any windows being blocked by any form of light. The only real window that had to be blocked is that one because my screen had to go there. But other than that, look how much light is in the environment. My projector in this room sits back 18 feet from the screen at 22 in brightness and on whisper mode. That's why you can't hear it, because it's in eco mode. Eco mode is whisper mode for Chrissy's. Over here, I can turn to the side, and you can look at my 235.1 angle all the way down without the screen turning black. And also two views of the screen over top at the same time. Watch the angle gain on this. Let me know how many demonstrations you have seen someone doing a demonstration of the angle gain of the screen on their ceiling right next to the ceiling lamp. Let's see what happens if we convert the whole entire room to black and white. So we'll change everything over to black and white. Now keep in mind, in black and white, only two colors show up, black or white. If the black screens are not producing a high enough white level, they're going to come out so dark that you're not going to be able to see them. So let's see what happens. Let's change settings in the camera. Now we're doing the whole thing in black and white. So only two colors can present themselves. Oh yeah, Crow Boys don't like that demonstration right there. Me changing my settings in my camera. Oh, stick around, Crow Boys. So there you go right there. Only two colors can present themselves, black or white. If white is not available, white is not going to show up in the room, all these screens would have came up dark, especially the black ones. This allows you to see the white levels on the screen. So we just change the settings over to black and white. Let's go through all the settings and see what happens. We'll go through them one by one by one. How about that? We'll do it on the black screens. The black screens are the ones that basically got the highest ridicule. So we'll go to normal. Going down the road. White levels are not changing, not changing, not changing, not changing, not changing. Hey, we'll put in some special effects. Maybe some light displays. I tell people, man, never challenge me. Never challenge me. I allow people to speak their mind. Go in, talk all the trash you want to talk. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let you dig a big enough hole, and then I'm coming like, oh, here's my settings. There you go. I want to see how far you go with it. Oh, they preached on that one. They preached so much on that one. Oh, show the settings. I want to see the settings. I did 4 videos for you, 4 of them. I showed 2 videos where I actually recorded me showing you my settings as I showed you both phones displaying the exact same image at the same time. I'll post those at the bottom so you can check them out. So that kind of debunks your theory altogether about my settings. So actually what you're seeing is real. So I'm curious to see how many people can do the exact same demonstration. This is how we back up our technology's capabilities. But now I got the whole backyard in all that open area. Keep in mind it was always deck, but we're going to keep it an open area because this way I can have the light pushing this way where I need to go, and I can do all my test demonstrations out there. Now, next we're going to do is, as I showed you before, against the high performance projection screens. We don't leave anybody out because I know sooner or later you're going to do some demonstrations against the blue once it comes out. So we're going to beat you to the punch. I am already setting up for your technology to be tested against blue technology. Now, I showed you a glimpse of it when I did the Starfield demonstration. This blue screen pulled up a higher contrast, and the white levels on that technology, are brutal. So if that's what you favor, white levels, well, we'll see what your UV mix will do. And all the rest of those will be tested too. I'm testing the other ones in the room. So, you know, we don't really get any credibility off you to begin with. But this is just to show that if you do decide to do a demonstration against that technology, what's going to happen to your screen. I would advise you not to do it, but you'll do it anyway. Now, just to let you know that, we're designing a kind of signature clear UV technology that'll be coated on the top of those caps. They activate the certain black lights. That's how we know it's our technology in those containers. Yeah, we're doing things to the containers. There's edging and markings on them that are hidden on those containers. So if you decide to do a fake demonstration, we will request to see those edging markings, and also too, we will also be requesting to see that black light, because it's a special coating we developed. So we'll know if you basically put regular blue paint in there. But you missed the whole purpose. See, if you put regular blue paint in there, you missed the whole purpose of the technology. See, it's not the fact that the screen is blue, it's the fact that the screen has the ability to read color. We did it with the black screens when we're showing off white levels. No one believes us on that one. The black screens were pulling a white level that high because the black screens are coated with a white level that allows the projector to produce a white image onto the screen, such as color, and allows the screen to actually see it and read it, even though if the surface is black. Now, we explained that before. We even showed you a sample of the black silver, which was a screen. We shook up the container. You saw the container change colors, but then when the light hit it, you saw the colors change colors, right? When the light hit it. And then we poured it into another container, which became gray into another container until we shook it up and did it again. And then somebody said, well, that's got to be chameleon paint. It wasn't chameleon paint, because if that was the case, the screen that we painted should have changed colors too when the projector hit it. Multiple colors. You've seen how chameleon colors work, but that didn't work at all. So let's keep going and see what happens. Might as well have this kind of spirit, because man, what I got planned coming up is pretty much going to be insane. We got color coding technology now. Oh man, that's gonna be brutal. So let's get this paint out and see what happens. I want to make sure it's nice and dry, because I don't want this marking my screen up at all, period. I don't want to repaint my screen because I got some gray on it. All right, so here we are with the UV mix, which is a dark gray screen, as I told you before. I told you it's not going to go well. That screen pulls an insane high white level. The gain on that screen is so powerful that I literally had to push the projector settings down. I didn't push the projector settings down to show you that the screen can operate on such low lumens. I basically pushed it down because the screen generated so much light that if you buy that technology, you can keep your projector in eco mode. You can turn your settings all the way down, which would basically, prolong the lasting life of your projector. You don't have to have it that high. You have to use those high settings. On top of that, we're low in projectors, and I did test this on a knockoff projector. It did improve the knockoff projector. All right, let me grab my controller. Where's the controller? The controller. There we go. We'll pull up a white screen first. Here we are, white screen. You're not going to like this, but it has to be done. We have the UV mix. We have a gray cinema, which is actually a much brighter screen. We have a gray cinema 5D, and then we have Paxel's dark screen. Let's see what happens if we go to colors. Ooh, man, this is going to be bad. All right, let's go over to green first. So we'll bring up our search. And we'll go in and we'll pull up. We can do red. Let's do red in it first. So there's red. All right. Now let's pull up the green. Green, 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 green. Let me see. Green. Green, green, green. We'll test you on green. Oh, everybody's gonna be tested on green. And there you are on green. Everybody's on green right there. So we have a screen that's blue that's coding a color, and none of these screens are picking up a proper green. That's really interesting. If you want to get up close and you can see for yourself, none of them are picking up a proper green. Not even the UV mix is not even picking up a proper green. And the screen we're using is blue. So that means the coding technology that we have in the screen is actually reading actual green from the projector, where these screens don't have the ability to pull up green. And as just saying, it's just house paint. That's what it is. Because it's not showing you anything different at all. Where I'm displaying a blue screen that's pulling up a green screen on a blue surface, which shows you the technology is not everyday house paint. Now, of course, the green paint is house paint, but the coating inside of it's not. That's why we have a blue screen that can produce green, because the coating that we dropped in there allows a projector to read green. Where these screens don't have that capability, and especially a UV mix, which is everyday grade paint, because that's why it's pulling up such a dark color, because it can't pick up green, because there's nothing special about it. That's how I can debunk your technology, just like that, easily. It's house paint. So how do you explain a screen that's blue that's reading green? A bright green at that, on an ultra short throw projector. In eco mode, at a brightness level that is at -1. And it's sitting right up on top of the screen, and yet your screen is displaying a dark, dark image. That's because it is paint. That's all it is. There's nothing special about it. Where my technology is blue, and it's reading green. There you go. You people went out and spent all this money for house paint. That's what you paid for. Nothing different. House paint. Enjoy. And you call me the scammer. Funny. Ha ha ha. Told you I could basically figure stuff out like that. I already knew from the door when I first opened up the container what it was. I knew what it was. When I first saw that stuff, I knew what it was. But you don't listen to me, and I told you. Now I had to show it to you on a deeper level. Can't deny that at all, period. I just changed all my camera settings on my phone, everything. To show you that you bought house paint. That's what you paid for. Because I can sit there and show you a blue screen that's producing green and tell you, hey, look, there's coding in that technology to allow a blue screen to read green. You bought house paint. That's what you bought. He even shows you in his demonstrations how he made it. And you still bought house paint. Do you know there's a demonstration where he shows you how to make his product? He never took it off. It's still there on his website. It's still on his YouTube channel. Do you know why we got sent the UV mix? Do you know the story behind that? Do you know? How we got our hands on a UV mix with his signature on it is he called himself being funny and sending us a darker paint. We wanted a lighter paint because we wanted to test it against the paint he was showing you how you make for free to show you they are identically alike, along with some bare silver screen, which we were planning to do. But what he did was he sent me a darker paint because we couldn't do that demonstration. call themselves being slick. Things catch up to you in the end. So now we have color coding technology, which we've been using for a little bit, but we haven't enhanced on it because black screens have that technology. That's how black screens can pull up a high white level, and people can't figure out how the screen is pulling up. It's not the black surface, it's the coding in the surface that allows the projector to see it. But you didn't believe us when we kept telling you that. So we produced a gray screen, and the gray screen was doing the exact same thing. Even shook up the container to show you in the container that the paint was changing, but people mistaken that for chameleon paint till we proved them wrong. We actually painted it onto a screen that came out gray and did not change colors. It stayed gray, but still could read contrast levels in color. On a gray screen, outside, on a 1,000 lumen projector, pulled a star field, a black level on a gray screen. Interesting, right? Now, because you still don't believe us, we make a screen that's purple and blue. And both screens produce high white levels, colors, and everything under the sun because it wasn't the surface that was doing the job, it was the coating. Now to further the demonstration to show you high performance projection screens and a UV mix, which is showing up dark because the bottom line is it has nothing, it's just regular paint. That's all it is. That's all it is. This is why our technology here, black technology, can mimic that screen. It can blend into that screen and mimic it because it's designed to pull high white levels. It's coding technology. That's how we can mimic his screen here and then put on a contrast level, and that projector will hit black and that screen won't be to pick it up. Same thing like these screens can't pick it up. This is just these screens, they've tested them on white screens, so this is the results of what they're going to get. That is house paint, and that's what you're paying for. Yeah, yes, you did. You got duped. Well, I'm going to go back and finish up the rest of my demonstrations because I got a contract offer for the blue technology, which you're seeing sitting there in the window that has an ambient light rejection of 15. It is sitting in window light. You let me know how many people are doing this demonstration right here in a fully lit environment. And before you go, oh, it's the projector, it's got to be on brightness. Rewind. My brightness on my projector is at 22 and it's on whisper mode, which means it sits in eco mode. And all this window light with my lights on, showing blue. You know why I show blue? Because blue fades out faster. If you ever watch any demonstrations like Black Diamond or big companies, they always show underwater exhibits. You know why? Because it shows a lot of bright colors. You get a chance to see all that, and you get a chance to see the blue because blue fades faster. And if they can produce that underwater exhibit, those fish and stuff like that, and that bright environment, and it still shows up, there you go. Edge to edge. But they can't show you demonstrations like this. So yeah, you bought house paint. That's what you bought. Telling y'all that. You listen. That's got to suck. Why do you think? I mean, kind of, bottom line is, demonstrations that I were doing, we should have gave you a red flag. There's nobody copying our demonstrations. No one's beat any of our challenges. I should have told you right there that something was wrong there. Why do you think all the demonstrations were done in the dark? That's the best way for the screen to show up. You see how bright that green is pulling off that technology? Look how bright that green is on a blue screen. It's not the surface. It never was the surface. When you come to doing real good technology, you have to get beyond the surface. You have to start developing technology that can read the projector. That's where you have to be at. And it has nothing to do with how powerful your settings are. Nothing to do with it. The same thing when we figured out how to design our own gain. Ambient light rejection technology. We don't have that 1.1 and 2.0. I didn't use that nonsense. When somebody sits there and says, oh, well, why is your stuff so special? Because I can go outside with 1,000 lumens at 6 o'clock in the evening, and I can pull a star field on a gray screen. Can you do that? With your 1.0 and 2.0 and all that other nonsense. And look at my projector settings. And they're doing this with projectors. Keep in mind, not just Crow, but these big companies are doing this with high-end projectors. There's no way in the world on God's green earth that they're using a projector like this in any of their demonstrations. I guarantee you. They're using those Optima P1s, 3000 lumen projectors, ultra short K laser projectors. We're not using any of that. That's a 720p projector. You get this for $89 on eBay. Look at my settings. I don't gotta pump my settings up. Projector sits in eco mode. Look how bright it is. You're spending money on fake technology, knock yourself out. Meanwhile, I get to do this all day. I'm not darkening my curtains. I'm not darkening my environment. My window lights, windows here. The only windows I got blocked are the ones basically with the screen sitting against, because that's the only place I can put it at. But still, all in all, it sits in all this light. That's what I've been telling y'all the whole time. Why do you think they hate our company so much? They hate our company so much because we're doing things that they can't do. That's why. Instead of basically working on your craft and making it better, you hate on me. And all it does at the end is just make you look worse. All the nasty things, or big companies don't like me at all. They can't stand me. I don't care about that, because I know at the end of the day, if I'm ruffling your feathers, then I'm doing something right. This is why they do the smear campaigns. This is why they go out and try to make me look like this and that and the other. And the entire time, they were scamming the daylights out of y'all, and y'all didn't even see it. This is why they don't copy any of our demonstrations, don't do any of our challenges, and they always debunk everything we do. You shouldn't use 720p. You shouldn't use that kind of projector. If you want a really good, you got to get this projector. You sound like the companies, because that's what the companies would tell you. Go out and call Elite Screen or one of the big companies. Say, hey, look, I want to buy one of your screens, but I don't really want to change out my projector. Pick a low projector at that. So I got the Epson 585W 720p projector, and they'll laugh in your face like, no. You want a real good ultra short through projector, you know, they probably will even offer the Optima GT 5600. They'll probably, or 55. They'll probably offer like the latest one, which would be the P1. Any one that they've been using on their screens lately are the ones they're going to advise you to buy. That's sad. Entire time you could have been saving yourself some money. Now the backyard is actually hollowed out, so now I got all that room back there. Yes, we're going to be doing some demonstrations back there in that backyard. And it's going to be glorious because we'll have tons of ambient light to contend with. See, I get the only person that gets excited when it comes to ambient light. Look at that, 720p. That's it, $89. I had a customer came on. He was going to spend. I said, "What's your price range for a projector?" $1,500. You ain't got to spend that kind of money. I got he wanted the he saw the demonstration I did on the Christie 505. He bought one of those. Got it for $560. Same price I got mine with remote control and everything. Now I showed you what our projectors look like without the technology. They look like trash. He bought the black screen, paint a gallon of it. He's going to paint a massive screen on his wall. He's going to use that 505 like that projector I got set upstairs for my PS4 setup upstairs. Look at that. And you've seen the settings. I showed you the settings on the projector. And that's what I'm getting. Because it's the projector. Yeah, it's a projector if it's name brand. But mainly 90% of your screen, your projector's performance, or your theater performance depends on the screen. Because the screen makes a difference whether or not you're going to be sitting in the dark, whether your contrast levels are going to be working, whether you're going to have to calibrate your projector, all that other bull crap and nonsense. You have to spend all this money for 4K or 1080p. That's what makes the difference. Now, if I can make a 720p projector of that caliber look incredible, those of you who do have P1 projectors and all high-end projectors What do you think it's going to look like? And the sun has already gone down. So this screen has been sitting here since sun up. 6 o'clock is when I started my video. And this screen has been sitting here since sun up. We're about to be at, let me see, where's my cell phone at? What time we got here? We're at 8:29 a.m. And you're sitting here at 8:29 a.m. looking at a man in his living room showing you his screen on his ceiling, here on the wall, and here on a projector that is using the bare minimums when it comes to basically settings in my projector. And it's sitting right now in eco mode. You know how long that projector lamp is going to last me? I'm not changing that anytime soon. I ain't changing any of my lamps anytime soon. I told you, if I'm doing a demonstration with a short throw, and I don't like doing demonstrations with short throw because I figure it's kind of cheating because the projector's sitting too close, I'm going to make it hard for the screen. I'm going to bring my settings all the way down, which I showed you in the demonstration. I'm going to make sure that there's tons of lighting in the environment that the screen's going to have to deal with. I'm not going to make it easy. Me showing you a $3,000 projector in a dark environment, that's not a demonstration. Anybody can do that. I can do that off notebook paper. So we'll do some more demonstrations on the 89. Now keep in mind, I got mine for $89. I've seen some of them. The most you're going to pay for that projector is $300. But look around because there's a lot of people have them for sales. You can get them for $150. You can get them for $100. Just look around. You know what I mean? They got them all over eBay. Now I like this particular one because it comes with 2 HDMI outputs on the back of it. And it's compatible with my PS4, which means it's compatible with your Fire Stick, Chromecast. That's what you want. Now certain ones are not. Certain ones that don't come with the HDMIs, and you want to use the adapter. The adapter only works with with the Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick, and it only works with the Chromecast. It will not work on gaming systems. I tried that one already. It doesn't work so well. So if you want to do gaming, you want to do it on an ultra short throw, that's a very reasonable way to go. And like I said, with our technology, it's going to look incredible. Now, I will be swapping this over later on tonight over to the black screen to show you how that reaction is going to look over there too. Yeah, that's the whole purpose. Save that money. Now, as you mind, I told you my white levels, my brightness on my projector is -1, and it's in eco mode. Look how bright those screens pull up. Can you imagine if I took it off eco mode and I brought it up to maybe about 20? Let's go all the way back. I want to get that one where the wolf is actually waking up in the snow. I like that one, nice and bright. Now, some people may say, oh, you're going too far. No, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I kept my mouth shut for the longest time, and I have kept my mouth shut for a long time. I could have told you from the door what you were buying. I could have showed it to you. But I thought this was the best way to show you. So you can see exactly what you've been purchasing all these years. Same thing with these big companies. Same thing. Same thing with their technology. When I see their demonstrations, they show off a white screen. Why are you testing yourself on a white screen? Get a gray screen and see what happens. See what happens if you put your technology into a gray screen. What is the difference between that? Go buy some cheap paints or whatever and test your stuff against that. Because you can show an improvement against somebody else's test or cheap whatever stuff. Then you notice nobody can come along and say, hey, look, I did this test right here and this is how your product came out. This is why we do all these demonstrations. This is why we do all these tests. On top of that, the tests are very important because my customers need to know exactly how their product is tested. So that's why we do our demonstrations live. So if somebody says, hey, my projector's sitting back this far, and I got about 3,000 lumens, is the screen going to pop up? Well, here's one showing at around 800 lumens at 20 feet back. And on top of that, on my end, it's the excitement to see if I can get the screen to fail. You think when I come on here and I do these demonstrations, I'm expecting for the screen to have flying colors? No, I'm looking for the screen to flaw. Because seeing a flaw on the screen means it's an improvement on the technology that I can advance to make it better. If you've got an army, you put your best fighters first. Those are the ones that go in first. Those are the ones that finish last. You don't basically, get soldiers that you know are going to get wiped out the minute they go in. Build your chain of command a little better than that. We all know that in strategy games. Everybody plays strategy games here. You know what I'm talking about. And then the fighters that are basically, you build those up to make those stronger. Like what they call it, chink in the armor. You know what I mean? Get one chink in the armor, the whole entire thing collapses. You got to be able to test. Make sure they test their armor to make sure that it can withstand all that punishment. And if they find, they're looking for flaws. They're looking for the armor to flaw. Because if it flaws, that means that's something, a mistake that they can fix and make it better. And that's why when I do these demonstrations, sometimes they come out and sometimes they don't. I've been blessed to have them all come out pretty good. But I'm still, when I'm doing a demonstration, I do it with the lights on. I do it live because at any given time, something could go wrong. And that gives me a chance to fix the problem to make it better. That's the whole purpose. That's why you have to run tests. It's very important to run tests. If you're doing everything halfway, you're doing things to make the screen look good all the time, then when people like me get my hands on it, or somebody else tests it out, it's not going to go so well. Just to tell you that, if your product goes down to a test facility, they will put it through some brutal stuff. Like, okay, now you're seeing a demonstration here with an ultra short though, right? You're seeing the brightness that's at low settings. Everything's low setting on the projector. If I go to a test facility, they're not going to use that projector right there. They're going to come out with some expensive $4,000 projector. And I'm going to sit there and laugh. You know why? I'm going to pass that test easily. Because I test myself on those projectors. Oh, give me the contract now. Let me sign it. Oh, wait, I forgot. Boom, it's still going. Now, really quick, because it's a 15, doesn't mean it's going to take direct sunlight. But it can take its fair share of punishment. I love showing the ceiling. Look at that. That is freaking crazy. That's why I love what I do for a living. We're not even done yet. I still got 3D mapping screen paint to make next. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be crystal clear. All that stuff is going to be sick when I get done with it. Oh yeah, it's going to 3D map and I can't wait. That's going to be a whole nother level of freaking technology to start working on. I mean, I'd be to make images come off the screen. Oh man. I've seen some of the demonstrations. They did one with a star field and they had the house changing in different galaxies and everything. And I'm thinking like they had one with this billboard and they had these billboards with multiple boxes pushing out of it so they can make the images pop out like the universe and all that stuff. And I'm thinking it had to be so much better if that was done with that clear technology because it's going to allow the screen to enhance those colors, make them brighter, make them better, make the contrast levels pop. This is going to be a whole level. I got the whole freaking backyard back there. Well, not the whole backyard because half is for the squirrels. But I got enough room back there to play around whatever I want. I might spray side of the house with this stuff. And basically, because you're not going to see it, it's invisible. No one will know it's there, but it's there. You know what I mean? That's the cool thing about it. So I can spray this side of the house with this stuff, because I got a Wagner downstairs. I'll spray this side of the house with this stuff, and I'll basically cause the house to light up. Oh, I can't wait to do that, man. Oh, yeah. I'm freaking excited. I can't wait. My neighbors are going to freak out, man. The whole front of I might do. Oh man! All right, I can't spray the front of the house because you'll see me doing it. But I can basically get maybe let me see. I want a net tarp. That's what I want. I want like a oh man, some ideas going through my head. I want a tarp that I can hang down and that I can use as a giant screen in the front of the house, and I can display all kinds of cool stuff off of it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be freaking fun. I can't wait. I paid for express shipping on this. It should be here on the 12th. So to be here on the 12th, the only thing I'm missing is my graphic card. So right now, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm swinging toward that GeForce GTX 1650. That's all I need. I cover all specifications to run the software and everything. Oh, this is going to be so much fun because I can do it on large scales. Large scales. That's why I chose to use my Sony in there instead. So instead of doing these screens right here, which I love to do, don't get me wrong, I want to do massive size screens. And the only way to do this is I'm glad they cleared out the backyard. God works everything out perfectly. The backyard got cleared out. The projector equipment will be here. I'll be able to do images on 300-inch screen setups. Oh my goodness, it is going to be freaking berserko. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. My deck is about 11 feet high off the ground, and it stands probably around, I say about 25, 30 feet. It's big, all right? I'm going to cut that whole section. I got to buy big enough blackout cloth. I got to coat that right there. That's going to be freaking sick. I'm going to do some demos off of that real quick. I got the whole backyard to play with on that section. Oh, man, I cannot wait for this. And I got companies right now saying if I pull this off, I got some major contracts coming my way. And this is going to be easy because we already had the coding technology because it is right there. All we have to do now is just make an invisible version of it. This is where the hard work and the faith comes in. Where the faith and the hard work comes in. Do not cut corners. With the white levels on blue. Ooh. I had to calm down here. I get really, really excited over this stuff. This color coding, man. It's this technology brings a whole nother level, man, on how I see things now. It's not about the surface anymore. As people understand, it's not about the surface. Not about the surface. Not projecting about the surface. It's what's in the surface that allows you to see what's projecting against the surface. I know I sound like this rambling madman behind you, but you don't have to. Indeed, the stuff that's connecting in my head right now is freaking berserk. Like all the ideas I have, things I want to do, things I want to design. 3D mapping, the coding technology brings it to a whole different level of what we can do with this stuff. Look how cheap the projector is. Look at how cheap the projector is at that. It's a 720p projector. Man, I'm happy today. Now, I don't know how well Wi-Fi is going to run out over to outside. Now, that's the test I got to do today. I got to walk around in my backyard to see if the camera's going to pull up, which I'm hoping it does. But let's see what happens. So we're going to go out and show you the tree they chopped down. Soon. I got firewood for days. Good thing I can't burn my fireplace, but still. And I got a bigger look at the golf course now. So that's a tree they cut down. I got all this room back here for projection screens. I gotta start feeding my squirrels real quick because they're going to figure out exactly what the freak happened to their tree. And that sucks too, because it had to come down because right there, see where it's real brittle right there? lightning caught this tree like many years ago, and it started to die from the inside out. So the tree was actually in the process of actually collapsing either into my house or my neighbor's house, but it was going to come down. And I really didn't want the tree to be cut down, but no one wants a tree coming through their house, especially with this kind of what's going on right now. So I gotta feed my squirrels and let them know that their food is always going to be here for them. So I gotta get up and get ready to get them fed. So right there, I think I'm gonna make that the squirrel sanctuary. I'm gonna get rid of the ladder and all that stuff, put it somewhere else because they come in from this way. The crows, all that crows, I can hear them already coming in right now. And I can put it like no sanctuary. Now, all this wood back here, I'm gonna actually give some of it away. My neighbor over here, he does wood sculptures, which is pretty cool. So he's gonna take some of it. And I'm gonna take some of this, get some 10-inch galvanized screws, and I'm actually gonna build me little homes for these little jokers. And even though they have their own, but someplace they can still feel that they still have their home. It's still here for them. Feel kind of bad. And on top of that, they used to climb up here on my balcony, and they used to come up here on my deck and knock on my window. So what I'm going to do is, here they go right there. See them right there? Already coming in. There they go right there. Already coming in. Don't worry, guys. I'll have you fed today. So I'm going to attach a rope from here, not on that camera. I should put it right there. Attach a rope from here to there and ground it so they can still come up. But I got to get ready to feed my little jokers. But it's interesting because now I don't have the tree over top me anymore, but this is why I built this right here, so I can have my my shade and everything. On top of that, if you do decide to build one of these right here, just to let you know that you want to make sure when you buy your netting that it's basically I forgot the name of it. It's like 95% proof, whatever. It's 95% on how much sunlight can actually penetrate the netting. So I have it here, different mesh netting. I have it here and here. But if you see those numbers that say 47 or some say 50 or 60, that's what that stands for. It stands for on how much UV can actually push through. This is 95. So 95, 98 gets a little pricey, but this is actually 12 by 12. That's what I got. But it's nice to have, sun can get through, wind can get through. Nice breeze to keep a nice shade up here. And since they've removed the other screen, the other tree, I don't have that to worry about the leaves coming down, but the birds still poop on stuff. So, whatever. All right, so let me get my little buggers fed because I just want to let them know that, look, just because, your tree is down, I got to order my food too. Just because your tree is down, I got to feed the cats too. This is why I don't get mice, because I have cats I feed outside. I have two big ones that I feed. One actually comes into the house, and the other one basically just stares at me through the window and goes, whatever. But hopefully I can adopt both of them. Who knows? If I can get them to trust me, I can adopt both of them. Kind of cool to have some cats running around in the house. One actually is black and white. Same colors as my company. And the other one is actually white and gray. All right, people. Well, I'm going to basically get these guys fed, get things taken care of, order some more food. We're going to do a pre-order launch date for the Blue. My paperwork is just about filed. So Monday morning, between Monday and Tuesday, I'll get some clarification on exactly where I stand at with my paperwork. And then we can get this thing launched, because personally myself, once I can get my hands on the PS5, I would love, oh my goodness, I thought about that too. With that, I'm actually going to, I'll tell you about, I'll show you later, because telling you about with 3D mapping. So that's going to be something else. It's going to be another crazy level I'm working on right now with that stuff. I'm actually running two projectors. One is going to be the projector running the PS, just real sneak. One's going to be the projector running the PS4, PS5. When I get my hands on one, and the other one is going to be designed for the background of the PS5 in the screen. It's going to come to life. It's going to be insane. So it's going to be so many different ways I can use this application for different things and stuff like that. So yeah. All right. That being said, thank you all for your time. I got to go, and God bless.